Have you ever felt like time is slipping away, and no matter what you do, you're constantly getting distracted from what really matters? In a world packed with endless notifications, social media, and endless to-do lists, it's easy to lose track of your goals and feel like you're just drifting. But there's an ancient philosophy that can help us reclaim our time and focus with purpose: Stoicism. For over 2,000 years, Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca have shared wisdom about self-discipline, clarity, and resilience that's still relevant today. They knew the importance of staying focused and not letting small distractions pull you away from your path. In this video, we'll explore 10 Stoic rules that can help you stop wasting time and start focusing on your goals. These aren't just theories. They're practical, actionable steps you can take today to bring more purpose and direction into your life. Whether it's learning to let go of things you can't control, building daily habits to boost your discipline, or learning to simplify your life, these Stoic principles are like a guide to help you navigate modern-day challenges. So, if you're ready to cut through the noise, eliminate distractions, and finally focus on what really matters, let's dive into these 10 powerful Stoic rules. Rule 1. Define your purpose clearly. The first step in stopping time wasting and focusing on your goals is to have a clear sense of purpose. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized that clarity is power. When you know exactly what you're working toward, you can filter out distractions and stay on track. If you don't have a clear purpose, it's easy to get lost in all the small tasks and interruptions that fill your day, pulling you away from your bigger goals. Imagine you're going on a road trip without a map or destination. You might drive for hours, but you're not getting anywhere because you don't know where you're headed. Similarly, without a clear goal, your time and energy are spent on random activities, which can leave you feeling frustrated and unaccomplished. A well-defined purpose acts like a compass, guiding you toward what really matters. Take a moment to think about what you want to achieve in the next month or year. What's the one thing you truly care about? It could be building a new skill, improving your health, or launching a project. Write it down. When you put your goal into words, it becomes real. From there, you can break it down into smaller steps and create a plan. When you define your purpose, it gives you a sense of direction. You can then prioritize your time and energy on the actions that bring you closer to your goal. Every decision becomes easier because you're clear on where you're going. Instead of getting sidetracked by distractions, you can evaluate whether each task aligns with your goal or pulls you away from it. So, take a moment today to define your purpose clearly. It might be one small goal, but it will help you stay focused and prevent you from wasting time on things that don't move you forward. A clear purpose is the first step in mastering your time and focusing on what truly matters. Rule 2. What you can let go of the rest. One of the key ideas in Stoicism is understanding what is within your control and what isn't. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, reminds us that we waste a lot of time and energy trying to change things we have no power over. This leads to frustration, stress, and distraction from our goals. Instead, focus only on what you can control and let go of everything else. For example, you can't control the weather, other people's opinions, or the economy, but you can control how you respond to them. If you spend your time worrying about things that are out of your control, you're only giving away your energy and focus. It's like trying to push a heavy boulder up a hill. There's no point, and it will only tire you out. But when you focus on what's in your control, such as your actions, attitude, and mindset, you start moving forward, even if it's just small steps at first. A simple practice to help with this is to make 2 lists. One for what you can control and another for what you can't. When you're feeling overwhelmed or distracted, look at these lists and remind yourself where to focus your energy. For example, if you're working on a big project and things go wrong, instead of stressing about the things you can't change, like a delay or a setback, focus on what you can control, your effort, your mindset, and how you move forward from here. This Stoic approach helps you stop wasting time on things that won't help you achieve your goals. When you focus on what's within your control, you'll find yourself making more progress, staying calm in difficult situations, and ultimately becoming more productive. So, ask yourself, are you spending your time on things you can actually change, or are you wasting it on things you can't? The answer will tell you how much closer you are to reaching your goals. Rule 3. Embrace the power of Memento Mori. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is remembering that life is short. The phrase Memento Mori, which translates to remember you will die, is a constant reminder that our time on this earth is limited. This isn't meant to be morbid, but rather to help us focus on what truly matters. When we realize that our time is not infinite, it becomes easier to prioritize our goals and stop wasting time on things that don't serve us. The Stoics believed that keeping death in mind helps us live more intentionally. It encourages us to take action now, rather than waiting for the perfect moment that might never come. If you knew you had only a year left to live, would you still be scrolling on social media for hours or procrastinating on your goals? Probably not. Instead, you'd be focused on what's important, your passions, relationships, and personal growth. When you live with the awareness of Memento Mori, every day becomes precious. This mindset can help you eliminate distractions and stop wasting time on things that don't align with your long-term vision. It pushes you to take small, consistent steps toward your goals, knowing that every moment counts. To apply this rule, start by reminding yourself daily that your time is limited. This could be through a simple practice like writing Memento Mori in your journal, setting a daily reminder on your phone, or even meditating on it for a few minutes each day. This will shift your perspective and help you see how much time you might be losing on things that don't matter. Ultimately, Memento Mori isn't about fear. It's about living fully and focusing on what really matters. By remembering that life is short, you can free yourself from distractions and stay committed to your goals. Rule 4. Start now, don't wait for perfect conditions. One of the biggest obstacles we face when trying to reach our goals is waiting for the perfect moment. We often tell ourselves things like, "I'll start when I have more time," or "Once I'm ready, I'll go for it." But the Stoics believed that waiting for ideal conditions only leads to more wasted time. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, taught that we should take action right away, even if things aren't perfect. He believed that waiting for the perfect situation is just another form of procrastination. The truth is, the perfect moment doesn't exist. Life is always messy, and there will always be something standing in the way of us starting. But the key to progress is taking that first step, no matter how small or imperfect it may seem. Starting today is the only way to build momentum and move closer to your goals. Think of it like planting a tree. The best time to plant it was years ago, but the next best time is now. If you wait, you miss out on all that time you could have spent growing, learning, and improving. Starting now doesn't mean waiting for the conditions to be perfect. It means deciding that, right now, you will take one small step toward your goal, whether that's writing down an idea, making a phone call, or just doing some research. It's about building the habit of action. If you're waiting for everything to align perfectly before you start, you might end up waiting forever. So, the Stoic way is simple: don't wait. Start now, even if it's imperfect. Progress doesn't happen in a single big leap. It's built through consistent, small actions over time. The key is to get moving and trust that each step forward will get you closer to your goal, no matter how small it feels at first. Rule 5. Practice self-discipline daily. Self-discipline is one of the most powerful tools for staying focused on your goals, and the Stoics knew this well. They believed that to achieve anything worthwhile, you need to exercise control over your actions, thoughts, and even your desires. In simple terms, self-discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing past the distractions, the comfort, and the easy choices to stay focused on what truly matters. Every successful person you admire, whether they're in business, sports, or any other field, has one thing in common: they practice self-discipline. It's not about being perfect. It's about making the right choices over and over again. The Stoics would remind us that every small act of discipline adds up over time and becomes the foundation for larger success. For example, let's say your goal is to write a book, but you constantly find yourself scrolling through social media instead. Instead of beating yourself up for it, acknowledge the distraction and then make a conscious choice to put it aside. Set a simple rule: I will write for 30 minutes every morning before checking my phone. This small, consistent action builds discipline and keeps you on track. Self-discipline doesn't mean being rigid or harsh with yourself. It means having the strength to say no to things that don't serve your goals and saying yes to the things that do. It's about creating habits that support your success and breaking free from habits that hold you back. Start by choosing one area of your life where you can practice more discipline, whether that's working on your goal for 10 extra minutes each day, eating healthier, or cutting out a bad habit. Over time, this consistency will build momentum, and you'll find that staying focused on your goals becomes second nature. The Stoics believed that the more we control our actions, the more freedom we gain to live life on our terms. Rule 6. Reflect on your progress regularly. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is the practice of reflection. In Stoic philosophy, Marcus Aurelius was a big believer in the value of journaling. He took time every day to review his thoughts, actions, and decisions, helping him stay grounded and focused. This daily habit is not just about writing down what happened, but about understanding why things went the way they did, what you did well, and what you could do better next time. When you take a few minutes at the end of each day to reflect, you create space to learn from your experiences. Reflection helps you avoid repeating mistakes and also reminds you of the progress you've made. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget to acknowledge how far you've come, especially when you're busy chasing after new goals. But by taking time to pause and reflect, you can stay connected to your purpose and make sure you're still on the right path. A simple way to do this is to spend just 5 minutes at the end of your day writing down your thoughts. You don't need to write a long essay, just a few sentences on what worked well, what didn't, and what you can improve. You could ask yourself questions like, what did I accomplish today? What distracted me? How can I stay more focused tomorrow? This will help you sharpen your focus and make adjustments in real time, so you don't waste time on the same distractions over and over again. Think of reflection like checking your compass while you're hiking. It helps you make sure you're heading in the right direction. Without it, you might end up lost or off track, wasting valuable time. By regularly reflecting, you stay in control of your progress, and that's one of the best ways to stay focused and keep moving toward your goals. Rule 7. Don't be driven by external validation. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is to avoid seeking approval or validation from others. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in what people think about you. Whether it's the praise from your boss, likes on your social media posts, or the approval of your friends, many of us spend way too much time chasing external validation. But the Stoics believed that relying on others' opinions to drive your actions is a trap. Why? Because other people's opinions are beyond your control. You can't control what others think, say, or do, and if you let that influence your decisions, you'll end up constantly adjusting your goals and actions based on external factors. This leads to confusion, frustration, and wasting your time. Instead, the Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, our own thoughts, actions, and values. Take a moment and ask yourself, why do I do what I do? Is it because I genuinely care about it, or because I want others to notice and approve? If you find yourself making choices based on what others think, it might be time to reframe your perspective. When you focus on internal satisfaction, doing something because it aligns with your values and goals, not because of external approval, you free yourself from this constant cycle of seeking validation. To apply this rule, start by reminding yourself that your worth is not determined by others' opinions. Set goals that are meaningful to you, not because they're going to make you look good in front of others. For example, instead of working out just to impress people, work out because you want to feel healthier and stronger. Instead of posting content for likes, create it because it adds value to you and your life. By doing this, you'll find that your time is better spent, your focus sharper, and your progress steady. You'll be working towards something real and lasting, not just chasing approval that fades away. Rule 8. Simplify to amplify. One of the most powerful Stoic principles is the idea of simplicity. The Stoics believe that by stripping away the unnecessary, we create space to focus on what truly matters. In today's world, it's easy to get overwhelmed with all the distractions: social media, constant notifications, endless to-do lists. But the Stoics would tell you that when you focus on fewer things, you can give more energy to the things that align with your goals. Take a look at your daily routine. How many tasks do you do simply because you've always done them, or because they seem like something you should do? Now, think about how much time you spend on things that don't move you forward. Stoics like Seneca would argue that most of our problems come from overcomplicating our lives. The key to mastering time and focus is to simplify your environment and your priorities. So, how do you simplify? Start by identifying the tasks and activities that don't serve your bigger goals. If you're trying to build a business or improve your health, make sure every action you take is directly connected to that. For example, maybe scrolling through social media for an hour every morning isn't adding any value to your life. By cutting out that time suck, you open up space for more meaningful work, like planning your day, reading, or exercising. The Stoics weren't about doing more. They were about doing less but with more focus. Instead of trying to juggle 10 things at once, focus on the few that matter most. This doesn't mean ignoring everything else. It just means giving priority to what's essential. If you're feeling stressed or scattered, try simplifying. Clean up your workspace, cut back on unnecessary commitments, and clear your schedule for the things that bring you closer to your goals. When you simplify, you'll amplify your ability to focus, get things done, and ultimately make progress. By doing less, you'll get more. Rule 9. Practice gratitude to maintain perspective. One of the easiest ways to stop wasting time and stay focused on your goals is by practicing gratitude. It might sound simple, but the Stoics like Seneca believe that focusing on what we already have, rather than what we don't, helps us keep perspective. When you're always thinking about what's missing or what you need to achieve next, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or distracted. Gratitude grounds you in the present moment and reminds you of the progress you've already made. Instead of constantly chasing the next big thing, take a moment each day to recognize the good things already in your life. By doing this, you're not just appreciating the present, but you're also boosting your motivation. Gratitude helps you see that you're already on the right path, and it helps clear away feelings of frustration or impatience. When you focus on what you've already achieved, no matter how small, you'll start to feel more confident and less distracted by the noise around you. Here's a simple practice you can start today. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be huge accomplishments. Maybe it's a good night's sleep, a supportive friend, or even a small win in your daily routine. This small act can change the way you think about your day. Instead of rushing to check off tasks or chasing perfection, you'll approach your goals with a sense of appreciation. You'll also notice how much more focused and driven you become when you shift your mindset. Gratitude isn't just a mood booster. It's a tool for clarity and focus. It's easy to get distracted by everything you think you lack, but by practicing gratitude, you refocus on the things that truly matter. So, take a moment every day to appreciate what you have, and watch how it changes your perspective and your ability to stay focused on your goals. Rule 10. Persevere and trust the process. In Stoic philosophy, one of the most important lessons is to endure and stay committed to your goals, no matter the challenges. Life will always throw obstacles your way, and things won't always go as planned. But the key is to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult it gets. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus knew that setbacks and hardships are part of life, and they didn't let them stop them from pushing toward their purpose. Perseverance means not giving up, even when the results don't come quickly or when you face unexpected difficulties. Trusting the process is all about having faith that your efforts will pay off over time, even if you can't see immediate success. Just like building muscle at the gym, it takes consistent effort, and the results often come slowly. At first, the weight feels heavy, and the progress may seem small, but with patience and persistence, you start to see improvement. Think of your goals like a journey. Sometimes the road is smooth, but often it's full of bumps, detours, or even moments where you feel lost. But the key is to keep going step by step. Every setback is just an opportunity to learn and grow stronger. As Seneca once said, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." This reminds us that worrying about the outcome isn't productive. Instead, focus on doing what you can today, and trust that each small step brings you closer to your goal. So, when things get tough or when you start feeling like giving up, remind yourself to persevere. Trust that by continuing to take consistent action, you will eventually see the progress you've worked for. In the end, it's not the easy moments that define your success, but your ability to push through the hard times and stay committed to your mission. In conclusion, mastering your time and focusing on your goals doesn't have to be complicated. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, offer powerful strategies to help us live with purpose and avoid distractions. By defining your goals clearly, controlling what's within your power, and embracing the reality that time is limited, you can stay focused and productive. Practices like self-discipline, journaling, and reflecting on your progress keep you grounded, while remembering your purpose will give you the motivation to keep going. The Stoic approach encourages us to simplify our lives, eliminate distractions, and focus on what truly matters. Instead of seeking validation from others, we learn to find satisfaction in our own progress. With resilience and endurance, we can stay on track, even when obstacles arise. Remember, the journey to achieving your goals is a marathon, not a sprint. By applying these 10 Stoic rules, you can create lasting habits that help you stop wasting time and start living with intention. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress, no matter how small. So take the first step today. Focus on what you can control, trust the process, and keep moving forward. If these Stoic rules resonated with you, make sure to subscribe for more insights. And don't forget to share your thoughts or which rule you'll start using in the comments. Stay focused, stay stoic, and keep leveling up.